What's up? It's Tom. Twin System recap for Wednesday, April 8th. And, we'll get to these minor league scores, but just first want to call out, we don't focus on the big club here, but Twins beat the Tigers 8-6. They have beat the Tigers 3 straight days. They're going to try to finish off the 4-game sweep. I believe some people refer to that as a mop tomorrow. So, very impressive showing from the Twins. Got up to a big lead and got a little shaky in the end, but hey, all's well that ends well. Right? Saints won 4-3 in 13 innings. Tough to get to that spot in a game with the Manfred Man bonus runner and extras. Winsurge won a pitcher's duel, and the Colonels lost 9-6. The Muscles were postponed. They're going to try to play 2 tomorrow. Walker Jenkins, after playing a full 9 innings in the field yesterday, had the day off today, but was seen coaching some more first base. And then Emmanuel Rodriguez remained out due to illness. It's not the flu, but it's flu-like symptoms, I guess, is what the deal is there. So let's get into the 3 stars of the day. Third star, Caden Kendall of the Cedar Rapids Colonels. Nice game for him. He was 1 for 2 with 2 walks and 2 steals, so got on 3 times and stole a couple bases. 2024 5th-round pick, Caden Kendall. Didn't really live up to the status. Well, that's not a super high draft pick, but you'd hope, especially in the lower levels, guys like that kind of build some steam early. 705 OPS with Cedar Rapids last year. I'd say that's a little disappointing. He has a over 1,200 OPS. It's only been 5 games, but so far this year he's playing really well. So Caden Kendall, hopefully he starts gaining momentum here. Second star, Gabriel Gonzalez. His overall line doesn't look good, but that was a 1-1 game forever. This is that game that went into 13 innings, and Gonzalez hit the go-ahead home run in the top of the 13th. Drove in 3 of the Saints' 4 runs, too. That home run was 108.5 miles per hour. Straight down the line, he ripped that thing. A very impressive and violent swing from Gabriel Gonzalez. That was also a home run he hit with 2 outs, 2 strikes. So big time home run, big situation there from Gabriel Gonzalez. So he gets the second star. First star, Ryan Gallagher, who made the start in that pitcher's duel for Wichita. Outstanding. Twirled a gem. 5 innings of 1-hit ball, no runs, 2 walks, 6 strikeouts. Through 68 pitches. That's it to get through 5 innings. So, if this was later in the year, obviously he would have kept going for a while, but that's a really pitch efficient. That's kind of the thing that stands out to me about Ryan Gallagher. He has some traits that make it feel like he's going to be a more likely guy to continue starting as his career progresses. And he's the guy that came over from Chicago in the Willi Castro trade. So he's the guy. We're still getting to know Ryan Gallagher. He was drafted in the 6th round in 2024. So it's pretty impressive. He's already been in Double-A for as long as he had. This was his 12th start in Double-A already for only being his second pro season. For a guy that was drafted in the 6th round to get to Double-A that quickly, I think Chicago was probably trying to showcase him for the trade deadline, if we're being honest. But just to compare that, Gallagher drafted in the 6th round, 2024. Eli Jones was drafted in the 7th round, a guy we've been talking about a bit, and he's off to a good start. But he's made 2 starts for Cedar Rapids. Eli Jones drafted a round later. They're both college guys. They're both around the same age. Eli Jones made 2 starts with Cedar Rapids. Ryan Gallagher's made 12 starts in Double-A. So that kind of gives you an idea of what that is like in a comparison. Obviously Gallagher pitched better than Jones last year. So there's reasons behind that, but just kind of trying to paint that picture. So I'm really looking forward. Ryan Gallagher's first start wasn't great. Wasn't a disaster, but wasn't great. I'm looking forward to seeing more of what he can do, and this is a great step ahead for him. Honorable mentions beyond those 3 stars, Kyle DeBarge did not get a hit tonight, but walked 3 times, stole another base, rained down cone, hit a big 3-run homer for the Colonels. Ty Langenberg came out after Ryan Gallagher, so guy usually starts pitched in relief. 2 2/3 innings and struck out 6 guys. Did Ty Langenberg. Impressive. And then in that Saints game, again, it was 1-1 forever. John Brebbia, I think he pitched the 6th and 7th inning, shutout innings. to keep that game tied at 1. Then Marco Raya pitched both the 8th and the 9th inning of that game. No runs, 2 strikeouts, 1 hit. So Marco Raya, another good outing. Something is in my eye right now, and I've got to resolve that before we get to the stars. We need a clear-eyed look at the star scoreboard. All right, so the same guys up at the top: Roden, Culpepper, Houston. Have kind of been up at the top podium positions, if you will, there for a while. Gabriel Gonzalez sneaks up into the comfortably into the top 10 with this second star performance tonight. Then Ryan Gallagher, of course, with the first star, picking up 5 points, gets in the mix as well. Some additional notes from this evening. Kalen Culpepper, not a lot of offense to be had in that Saints game. 1 for 5 with a walk, did steal a base as well. His one hit was a single with a 110.2 exit velocity, and he had a 12-pitch at-bat, one of the at-bats that ended in an out, but a 12-pitch at-bat. So he did some good, even though you see 1 for 5 with a single, you don't think much. Trent Baker was the guy who got the save in the bottom of the 13th. If you're the guy they waited all the way to the 13th to put in there, that says something, and he hasn't been good this year. He's the guy they picked up in the minor league phase of the Rule 5 draft a couple of years ago. He hit 98 miles per hour. I did not know Trent Baker had that in him. So that was eye-opening. And again, earned the save. So closed out that game. Ryan Kreidler made a diving catch in center field to close that game out. So that was a pretty wild game. Beyond just going 13 innings. And then Merrick Houston went 0 for 5 with 3 strikeouts. So, again, this additional notes, it's not always the good stuff. It's some of the stuff you might be looking out for. Anyway, thanks for checking this one out. Really appreciate you. Check out Limestone Pipeline if you're looking for some Twins highlights and additional content from myself and Jamie Cameron. And we will talk again tomorrow.